Hello, my name is Kenitra Broxton, and today I will be discussing Gene Watson's Caritas process number 4, developing and sustaining a helping, trusting, caring relationship. This process is meaningful to me because throughout my nursing career, I have learned that healing begins with human connection. This presentation will discuss Watson's theory of human caring, the foundation of caring science, and why building trusting relationships is essential in nursing practice. I will also share how my personal professional experience have shaped the way I provide care. Caring sciences focus on caring for the whole person, the mind, body, and spirit. And as nurses, we do not only treat medical conditions, we care for individuals who have fear, emotions, families, and personal stories. Watson's 10 Caritas processes guides nurses to provide care throughout kindness, presence, and meaningful connections. A patient always remembers how you made them feel, so that connection is very important. The process that speaks to me most in Caritas process 4, and I think it's mainly because of the trust. It changes the way patients experiences the care and their outcome, something that they would never forget. Caritas process number 4 focuses on creating a relationship where patients feel safe, valued, and truly cared for. Building trust begins with the small moments, being consistent, keeping your word, and ensuring patients that they matter. Authentic present means being fully engaged with the person in front of you. Throughout my nursing career, I have learned that sometimes healing begins simply by sitting with someone, listening, and allowing them to feel heard. Respecting dignity means seeing the person beyond their diagnosis, illness, or circumstances. Each patient has a story and deserves to be treated with compassion. Through therapeutic communication, nurses create meaningful connections by listening without judgment, showing empathy, and creating a space where trust and healing can begin. Nursing has always been more than a career for me. It has always felt like a purpose, and it's always been my compassion. I believe patients deserve more than someone providing care. They deserve someone who sees them, hears them, and treats them like family. My experience in correctional nursing, home health, and congregate living has shown me that every patient has a story. I have cared for people from many different walks of life, and I have learned that trust often brings when someone feels like they are not being judged. So I make it a practice not to judge anyone, but to have an open mind and also a listening ear. My most personal example of caring during the last week of my mother's life, I have had the honor of caring for her at home, not only as a nurse, but also as a daughter. During those final days, I learned that the presence can be just as powerful as medicine. When that moment came, I performed CPR on my mother, honoring her wishes, even though it was one of the hardest moments of my life. Looking back, I believe she was waiting for my presence and my love before she transitioned. That experience changed me and deepened the compassion that I bring to every patient, as well as in my current situation. I am the caregiver of my brother who had a heart transplant, and that actually strengthened my trust through support. And it encouraged me to want to continue this journey in nursing and become a nurse practitioner. Benefits of a trusting relationship. Trust allows patients and families to feel supported during difficult times. When patients know someone truly cares, communication improves, anxiety decreases, and they feel less alone. Therapeutic communication, it begins with listening. In my nursing career, I have learned that people do not always need the perfect words. Sometimes they just need someone who is willing to understand and, most important, willing to listen. So active listening, empathy, putting yourself in that person's situation and treating a person how you want to be treated. Respect is always a must and not a non-judgmental approach. We have a very vulnerable population, so working with incarcerated individuals, elderly patients, and chronically ill patients has reminded me that every person deserves respect and compassion. At diagnosis, circumstances, or past mistakes does not define a person's worth, and it doesn't make them less human. Care in Science has reminded me that nursing is a journey of growth, both professionally and personally. Holistic care means looking beyond the diagnosis and understanding the person beyond the illness, their emotions, fears, culture, their family, and life experiences. Through reflection, I have learned that every patient encounter teaches me something. You can even learn from a small child. Some moments challenge me and some moments change me, but each one helps me become a stronger and more compassionate nurse. As I continue to grow in my profession, I want to continue combining clinical knowledge with the human connection that first inspired me to become a nurse and never lose focus on that. As I continue my journey for earning my BSN toward becoming a nurse practitioner, I want to continue growing not only in my clinical knowledge, but also in the way I connect with and care for others. My years as a nurse has given me experience that I hope to use to mentor and encourage future nurses, reminding them that the skills and knowledge are important, but compassion is what creates lasting impacts, because a patient never forgets how you make them feel. I plan to continue advocating for my patients, especially those who may feel unheard or vulnerable, by making sure they receive respect, understanding, and quality care. My goal is to continue evolving as a nurse while staying connected to the reason I started this journey in the first place. So serving others and making a difference in their lives is important to me. In conclusion, throughout my nursing journey, I have learned that some of the most powerful moments in healthcare has happened beyond medication, treatments, or procedures. They happen in the moment when it's just the simplest present moment, holding a hand, listening, comforting, and reminding someone that they are not alone. Gene Watson's Caritas process number 4 reflects the heart of why I became a nurse: developing, helping, trusting relationships that honor the person behind the patient. So my experience as a nurse, a daughter caring for my mother during her final days, and a sister supporting my brother through his heart transplant journey, has shown me that genuine caring can leave a lifelong impact. Caring remains the essence of nursing, and trust is what creates healing relationships. So as I continue my journey, I will carry these principles forward, leading with compassion, advocating for others, and always remembering that every patient has a story. Thank you for listening to my presentation.